Hey guys, and welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Eric Bittner, and I'm joined today by Ash Paulson to discuss the week's Smash Bros. News. So let's get started. So Ash, it's late. It took a while for the latest picture to come out, but I'd say it's been a good, if not terribly impressive week.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been full of crazy announcements. Last week we, of course, had Meta Knight. We had some Mega Man All Specials. This week is a little tamer by comparison. However, we did have one pretty huge update on Friday.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. Starting out for the week, on Monday, we got a new assist trophy in the form of the Nightmare Wizard from Kirby's Adventure. And according to Sakurai, he will engulf the stage in darkness, and fighters will need to brawl blindly for a while.
I'm pretty excited about this. Kirby's always has some really cool final bosses. The final bosses in the Kirby series are always a lot more menacing and epic than you'd think, given Kirby's design, that they would actually be. But this is always one of the coolest looking characters in the whole series, and he's probably going to be obnoxious to deal with because he's like Nintendog and that he just kind of blocks everyone's viewpoint, but I kind of love that. I think it's just a really cool way to get another character from Nintendo's rich history in this game, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on board with that. It's a little disappointing in my mind that all he does is make the stage go dark. That's always... The stage effects are always kind of the lamest ones and the ones you sort of like don't want to have happen.
Right.
Just because they just mess with you that much, and it's not really an advantage for you to get the assist trophy because it messes with you as well. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but the design here is great. I mean,
he looks really cool.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen him quite in this much detail, and it makes me wonder what they could have done with like Marks or whatnot.
Yeah, I really wish Marks or O2. I think O2 would have been the coolest assist trophy.
Oh,
just,
man.
Shooting beams of light at you from the background and just generally being creepy like he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, O2 would have been cool, but I do like, I love how the Nightmare Wizard's cape is almost translucent here. You can see through it and the edges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he provides this really nice effect, and I don't know, I kind of like it. It's an interesting new assist trophy, if one that I'm not a huge fan of the effect of, but the character is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the Nightmare Wizard does have a lot of really cool attacks for, when you fight him in the final battle in Kirby's Adventure, so you'd think they would have taken that here, but, and not just had him black out the screen, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, it's great to have him because, believe it or not, he's only the second Kirby assist trophy in the game.
That's true, which is really weird to think about. Who's the first one again?
Knuckle Joe.
That's right, Knuckle Joe. Okay.
Yep, so it's good to see a little bit more Kirby. Kirby gets plenty of representation when it comes to items, but not so much an assist trophy, so it is good to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving on to Tuesday, we have Suit Samus, who has an alternate costume, as we can see here, drawing from both Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion. And it's great to see. I mean, when it comes to alternate costumes for Samus, there's really not much else you can do for her other than these outfits. And I think it's sort of a nice touch to reference to those other alternate costumes that she has when she does get out of the power suit.
Samus in general has had some really cool alts in this game so far. I mean, we've got like the light suit from Metroid Prime 2, and then for Suit Samus, of course, here we've got her outfit when she gets out of the Zero suit. And I think she looks really cool. I know there are some people complaining, and as people are wont to do on the internet, about how skimpy and sexualized she looks. But the fact of the matter is, this is what she looked like in the ending of those games. Yeah. That's straight up. It's not like she's being extra sexualized here or anything. She looks like that in the art in the ending of those games. So whether you like it or not, this is what she looked like before. This isn't new for Smash Bros.
No. And actually, speaking of that, I wouldn't mind seeing like a costume referencing the original outfit she had for the NES game.
Oh, the Justin Bailey outfit with the green hair and the weird pink leotard?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would love that. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be a really nice reference, and I can sort of see it happen here because it is just, you could just do a palette swap and that sort of thing, and it'd work out really well. And really, I don't find this that sexualized because it just looks like workout clothes to me. Like she just has gym shorts on and a training bra, and she's good to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really, they could have done so much worse, and we've seen a lot worse in other games.
But actually, the more interesting photo is the second one, which shows the two of them. That, of course, this will be in the 3DS version as well. But this is actually our first confirmation of Brinstar returning.
Yeah, which is, I've never been the biggest fan of that stage. I try to avoid playing it when I can, but if anything, it's a bit of a shame because it seems like Brinstar might stand in for there actually being a new Metroid stage in the 3DS version, which I would be a little sad about. But, it makes sense bringing Brinstar back. At least it's better than Brinstar Depths.
Oh, you don't like the one with Kraid spinning the stage at all?
I hate that.
I kind of like that stage.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just because it kept you on your toes and you never knew which way you were going to go. And I remember I have some fond memories of close saves on that stage. And I don't know, I've always liked Brinstar Depths, but Brinstar normal, that's fine. It's also has some good saves there just because of the acid. Like you fall off, the acid rises up and you get saved. So that's kind of, it's kind of cool to see that in here. But no, I hope that it's an original Metroid stage in addition to Brinstar. But
sure,
yeah, just gonna have to wait and see, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But moving on to Wednesday, we get another picture of Smash Run, which gives a little bit more information on chests. In this case, not only did they have the power boosts for your stats, but custom parts in the bag on the right and Smash Run powers in the bag on the left. So we get a clarification of what those do. It's sort of just like, hey, here's this obvious thing that we're going to clarify for you. And of course, once again, the second picture, they got the fact that some of the treasure chests could be Mimicuties in disguise. So kind of basic, but not a bad one.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the least interesting update of the week, I think, for most people. And I think probably the most exciting part for me is just the custom parts, the idea that we're going to have to unlock not only equipment, but the custom specials for each character. That's, I love unlocking things, and that's going to be fun to track those down and kind of unlock those, as we go. And also just the fact, just looking at the Mimicuties again, they're so creepy.
Yeah.
They really are just so disturbing.
They really are. Just the sort of the weird feminine legs and just not right.
with the weird heels and again, it's also kind of another fun way that this really is almost a spiritual sequel to Kid Icarus Uprising.
In a weird way, yes.
Yeah, it really is a strange kind of a thing, but yeah, I knew. It's not surprising that they came back, and I can say from all the rounds of Smash Run I've already played, these guys are not to be messed around with. Just they weren't to be messed around with in Kid Icarus Uprising. They're really tough here as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to see that there is that bit of a challenge, and there are threats to have in Smash Run since you are mostly fighting regular enemies, and so instead of other players. I am kind of disappointed that he didn't take the opportunity to explain those trophies that pop up, the bronze, silver, and gold ones.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still not clear what those are, but I assume they're just like extra coins, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they're loving hawking Smash Run as much as they possibly can, so I wouldn't be surprised if we only have 15 picks of the day left before the game comes out in Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe even a third of those are devoted to Smash Run.
Yeah.
With how much they focus on it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. But going into Thursday, we have another new assist trophy taking the form of Demon Lord Ghirahim, who is a really cool character. I know a lot of people out there are really disappointed that he is not going to be playable, because I know a lot of people were hoping that he would be a new Zelda representation, and obviously that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised actually at kind of the really passionate responses I got from people on Twitter and Instagram and things. People are really unhappy that he's not playable, and I mean, it always sucks when you have your first or second, most wanted character disconfirmed as an assist trophy or something. But I'm just surprised at how many people really thought he had a shot. I mean, not that I have anything against Ghirahim. He's a cool villain, and I thought he was cool in Skyward Sword, but he's a secondary villain in one Zelda game. He's almost certainly not going to come back beyond Skyward Sword and Hyper Warriors. And if we're going to get another Zelda newcomer, it seems to be more likely to be Impa or someone that's kind of more important to the whole series and not just one game,
One would think that, but I can sort of understand, like, people really connected with Ghirahim. He was sort of this very unique Zelda villain, and he has a playstyle that would fit well with Smash Brothers. And even as a assist trophy, I can perfectly picture how he could work in my head. Mainly throwing his little daggers out in multiple directions and then doing a final swipe with his Demon Blade, or maybe transforming into the Demon Blade himself.
As long as he does his little dance and wiggles his tongue in that creepy way he's known to do, I'll be happy.
I think we can confirm that because we can see his tongue sticking out in this picture.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, he's definitely I think he's definitely going to be as creepy as ever. So he looks. Yeah. His face looks kind of odd in that look, though.
It does. Well, his tongue almost seems a little long in that frame. But the other thing about this picture too is that it gives us one more, kind of small glimpse at the Elite Four Kalos stage in the Wii U version, which we haven't seen a full reveal of, and it just looks so gorgeous. And every time we see it, it's looking better and better. And I really want to see the whole stage.
Yeah, I know. There's feels like there's so much more to know about that stage, and he's just not. He's only teasing it, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's maybe next time for you guys that are hoping for Ghirahim, because that's what happened with Little Mac.
Yeah.
But obviously the biggest news of the week, especially for the two of us, is finally we're getting some information on the sound selection and the soundtrack for Smash Bros. 3DS.
Yeah.
And my God, is it going to be glorious?
Oh man, I mean, I'm getting memories of Brawl all over again, because I remember you and I had talked for a while about how we were a little concerned this time around because the Smash Direct reused a lot of music from Brawl and Melee, and unlike Brawl, where they gave us the composer list right from the very beginning, there seemed to be a much less of a focus on music this time around. So we've been left wondering what's going to happen with the music. Now we know we have no reason to worry.
Yeah, and they've actually done some really cool things with this. And this is just the 3DS version where each stage only gets 2 songs. And it already looks this impressive. I mean, imagine what the Wii U version is going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that because on the site there isn't a version-specific music section. So I do think the two games are going to share their music, but obviously the Wii U version is going to have a lot more music.
No, that definitely seems like a possibility. Even just more information that Sakurai gives in this Miiverse post, which is honestly quite huge compared to what he usually gives.
Yeah, really.
The font color for Remix actually indicates whether this is a completely new arrangement for this Smash Brothers or it's a previous remix from a previous Smash Brothers. Pink indicating a new arrangement, white being an old arrangement. And I think that's really cool, so people can easily see, oh, this is new or this is old. But the coolest feature, when I read this, is that is awesome, is play in sleep mode, where you can choose that option, close your 3DS, plug in your headphones, and listen. You basically use your 3DS as a media player. Use the L and R buttons to skip between tracks and listen to the music on the go, and that is awesome.
It really is. I mean, and this is going to have a giant soundtrack with incredible music. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's going to be something you're going to want to listen to go all the time because, I mean, look at Brawl's soundtrack. It's incredible. This is just looking like it's going to be better already. Oh, yeah, and we're already getting some interesting mixes here, like a mix between the Ballad of the Goddess and Ghirahim's theme. I'm very curious how that sounds, because those are two very different songs. Yeah. It's just really cool. And the last little element here for this sound selection will work. In Smash Run, the background music will be completely random from what you select from a track list. So you can actually customize the lineup, so if you make sure your favorite songs plays during Smash Run, and since it's your game, each person's playing on their own 3DS, you get to enjoy the songs that you want and not interrupt anybody else's. And that's really cool. No, it really is. And actually, that kind of comes as a surprise to me, because in the 3DS, or in the E3 demo, or the Comic-Con demo, when you play Smash Run, the music you get is based on the character you select. So, of course, when I played Mega Man, I got the Mega Man 2 Wily Castle remix. But it's cool to know that no matter who you play as, you can basically have your own Smash Run custom playlist. Yeah, and it's a further touch to this, and I once again loving how far they go for the music in this game. Is that Sakurai notes that each stage only has 2 tracks, but as a bonus, they've added even more songs to enjoy in Smash Run in the sounds area. So songs that you can't hear in those stages, you can hear exclusively in Smash Run or just listening on your own and work into that customizable area. And that's really cool to be able to really bring out the soundtrack and let people enjoy what they want. Yeah, no, it's really cool. I mean, and they, Sakurai has always done that. He always goes all in on the music and really makes it a very detail-oriented section. And I love that about what his games in general and about Smash. And I'm also looking forward to seeing what original versions of songs are going to be included as well, because we know from previous experience, it's not just going to be remixes. There are also going to be songs taken, wholesale from their source game, which will be exciting as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he also released a composer list, and it is a impressive list. Oh yeah. No sign of Nobuo Uematsu, at least for the 3DS version, but that's not a surprise. If he was involved, he would have been at the forefront, just like he was with Brawl. But there's still a
crazy good lineup. The one that stuck out to me immediately is Yoko Shimomura, who is the composer for both the Mario and Luigi RPG series and Kingdom Hearts. And she is amazing, and I'm so glad that she's here.
Yeah, she's pretty much my favorite musician of all time. So, I mean, that was the first thing that stood out to me as well. Another one that stood out to me, because he's my second favorite ever, is Yasunori Mitsuda, who is the composer on Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. He was in Smash Bros. Brawl as well, where he was responsible for the Pikmin 2 World Map Theme remix. So,
nice.
I'm very curious to see what he's going to do here. And, I mean, God, there's so many more. Masashi Hamauzu, who did Final Fantasy 13, and he was one of the 3 composers on Final Fantasy 10. I mean, this is such a great list.
Yeah, it really is. We got a wide variety of games that these composers came from. Yeah. We have everything from Xenoblade Chronicles to Phoenix Wright and Grandia, the Tales of series. Even Devil May Cry is in here.
Devil May Cry, and of course we have Hirokazu Tanaka, who did Metroid, Dr. Mario, and Earthbound, all themselves, all different soundtracks completely.
I mean, even some more recent composers that have put out some really great soundtracks, like the composer for Mario Kart 8's taking part, the composer who did both Galaxy games, the composer of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is doing arrangements. This is just as good as the first, just as good as the Brawl soundtrack. I have a feeling.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, and like you said, this is just the 3DS version. The Wii U version's undoubtedly going to have so much more music. I mean, it's almost too much to even think about. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, ditto. It's gonna be so fun to listen to these songs, and I honestly can't wait for more music updates.
Yeah, same here.
All right, guys. Well, I think that about covers it for our discussion of the Smash Brothers this week. So thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video, be sure to like us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain. And of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Smash and other things gaming too. Until next time, guys. Bye.